Hello everyone, welcome back to the Boring Channel 8. Today I have a video for you from a YouTube channel, a foreigner asking questions in the Philippines. I didn't see much of a video, around a minute, and I decided to share it with you guys and look into it with you, together with you, and comment on it a little bit. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
What I'm going to tell you is, when you meet a girl here and you have a relationship with her, they introduce you to their friends. You can have a relationship, sexual relationship with them, and they're not jealous. It's incredible. It blew my mind when I came here.
Is it cool if you're on the YouTube channel?
Yes.
Okay. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name's Peter Maduris from Atlanta, Georgia, USA.
Okay. Peter, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How old are you, Peter? Would you
I'm
like
70 going on 21.
70
because
going?
I act young.
Yes. Okay, so
I can already tell this guy is a Chad, and he's definitely having a time of his life in the Philippines. I've never been to Philippines, so for me it is really interesting to hear this perspective on dating in Philippines. And if he really says that he gets to know a girl, starts to date her, and she is introducing him to her friends, and he's starting a relationship with her friends, and she doesn't mind. She doesn't bother her. It's an interesting perspective. I don't think this is very healthy, but for a man, it's definitely something interesting because you can definitely tell this guy is happy as they come, really. Look at him. Look at him, how happy he is. Yeah, let's listen to further what he has to say.
oh, that's cool, man. 70 years old.
Yeah.
And you got, so let me, you told me earlier when I met you that you've got a lot to say. So first
I have
off,
a lot to say.
we're here, where are we at? We're at the IT park.
IT Park, Cebu City.
Okay. How do you like it here?
I love it.
You love it.
I love it.
Okay. How long you been here, Peter?
I've been here 5 months. I haven't been anywhere else yet, but I love it here.
I thought he's in the Philippines for quite some time. I don't know if you can really, give people the right experience of Philippines from whatever you're about to tell, based on 5 month experience.
Here, I will eventually venture out to see other places in the Philippines. Maybe later I might live somewhere different, but right now I like living here.
Okay. Have you been any other places in the world other than?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been living in Costa Rica 4 years. I came from Costa Rica here 5 months ago.
Okay. So you was in Costa Rica for 4 years.
Yeah.
I wonder how he was feeling about Costa Rica after 5 months, if he was saying the same things. But yeah.
So did you like it in Costa Rica?
I did at first, but it got very expensive there.
Okay.
Okay.
And a lot of Americans and Canadians go there,
Mhm.
and they're still going there. They think it's still cheap, and it's cheap. It's like a 4-hour flight from the USA, so
Yeah.
it's convenient to go to Costa Rica.
Mhm.
But after being there 4 years, I decided to go to the Philippines. I've always wanted to come on the other side of the world to Asia, so I made it. It's the best decision I ever made.
The best decision.
The best decision.
So you've been
Wow.
here for 5 months and you already.
That is a strong claim. The best decision that he has ever made at 70 years old. That is a hard claim because there is a whole life behind him. And he says this is the best decision. Maybe it's just a figure of speech.
know that it's the best decision.
I'm not moving out of the Philippines. I may travel to other
right.
countries, but I'm here for good.
Okay. So tell me why it is that you have this view.
Because for one thing, as a retired American, I don't have much money, but I live like a millionaire here.
Okay.
Well, would you
That is definitely something very important. For everyone, eventually we will be retired. And whatever money you take with yourself to the retirement will decide a lot about how you're going to live and where you're going to live. And of course, some places your money will be worth more than other places. And that's very important.
like to share how much money you do have, or you
Yeah.
don't have to? Or?
Yeah, I get $2,200 a month.
Okay.
It's like It's like $6,000 here.
Okay.
It goes a long ways, but you got to be careful how you budget money, or you go through that money quick. And everybody speaks English here, where in Costa Rica, 90% of the people speak Spanish, so you have to translate on your phone. And it's more modern here than the USA, which is probably unbelievable. But here in IT Park area, it's more modern here.
So you're saying it's
I mean, Philippines are a big country. USA is a big country. There are places in the US, I'm sure, that they are not as modern as places like New York, places like South Florida. You know, there are some places in the Midwest. I'm sorry, Midwest, or anywhere that's a little bit more secluded, a little bit more, you know, less crowded. I can definitely see a US also not being in some places really that high on the list. Same goes for Philippines, I'm sure, and I'm not just sure, I know it for a fact, knowing a little bit about Philippines not being there, that there are places that people live like they lived 80, 90, 100 years ago.
it's more modern here in the Philippines, here in the IT park than back in
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Okay, if you go to Buckhead at Lenox Square Mall business area, like here, it's kind of the same atmosphere. All right. If you rent a condo there, you're going to spend minimum $10,000 a month, $15,000 and $20,000 a month. The same lifestyle that I have here. I'm only paying $340 a month for a condo in a high rise, and I live just as good as the millionaires in Buckhead, Atlanta. It's incredible.
That really blows my mind. 340. If he's saying the same thing, he's living in a super modern condo, paying $400 or whatever, for a thing that he says 10, 15,000. It's really hard for me to believe that you pay that much rent in Atlanta. Let me know in the comments, anyone who is from Atlanta or from America, are there condos in how crowded areas, shopping areas, for that price in the US? Probably are, but it's really like comparing. We have to we don't have enough information to determine if he's telling exactly the truth, if his comparison 1-to-1, but anyway, still stands, right? He has a condo for $400. I pay here in Europe, in a small town in Germany, $850. You know, yeah.
Incredible.
So it's fair to say that you love it here.
Oh God, yeah.
So you're 70 years old, going
Yeah.
on 20. Do you have a girlfriend, Peter?
I have 8.
You've got 8.
I've got 8 girlfriends.
This fucking Chad has 8 girlfriends, and I can't get a fucking one. That's crazy. That is crazy, and I should probably thinking about going to Philippines and check it out myself, I guess. What the hell? 8? Come on, man.
Okay.
You cannot be that, you know. Perform. I mean, you. What can you perform for every single each one of them? What the hell, Peter? Come on, man.
And I'm going to tell you something that a lot of people don't talk about, the other vloggers talk about. The girls here, they're very loyal. Okay, everybody knows other vloggers are loyal. But what I'm going to tell you is, when you meet a girl here and you have a relationship with her, they introduce you to their friends. You can have a relationship, sexual relationship with them, and they're not jealous. It's incredible. It blew my mind when I came here.
I can't believe
So when I meet girls, they fix me up with their girlfriends, and everybody's happy. And they don't have boyfriends. They only see me. They share me with each other.
This guy has a full-fledged harem of women. What the hell? I can't believe that. Maybe they're playing with him, right? I mean, anyone who sees this video and lives in the Philippines and is dating in the Philippines, please let me know if this is truth, because I am baffled. My mind can wrap itself around it. Can't wrap itself around it. It's just 8. I'll be happy with 1, let alone 2. 8.
And they're happy. And a lot of these girls work, and they got kids, 2 or 3 kids on average. So
is he talking about people in a certain age? Like, when he says girls, I see like 20 to maybe 35. He says 2, 3 kids, but 2, 3 kids is not unusual, even for 30-year-old. But what is he talking about?
a lot of them that I know work in the malls, and they're working all the time. They work 6 days a week. They got 1 day off. So on their day off, they got to spend it with their kids. Mm-hmm. So I'm their boyfriend.
So naturally, I'm curious.
I'm their boyfriend. I have 8 girls. Come on, man. Come on.
You've got 8 girlfriends. So where do you meet these women at?
In the mall.
In the mall.
In the mall. I don't meet them on Facebook or the dating sites.
Why not?
Because it's so easy to meet them in public. You can be walking down the street.
This guy is definitely old school, yeah. I mean, nowadays the young people, they are going about dating online, using these apps, and it's all. I from a man's perspective, I can tell you it's really frustrating. I don't know what the female perspective on the dating app is, but I doubt that they have any more success. They might have a success in a way that they get a date, but they are probably not happy with what they get. Average man barely gets a date on a dating app, I would say. So going about meeting women in public is a really good idea, and props to him. 17 years old, he has nothing to lose, really, and he knows that, and he's trying to take advantage. I mean, he's trying to maximize what he has left, and I gotta respect that. I gotta freaking respect that.
When one smiles at you, hi, how you doing? What's your name? You tell them my name. You get their phone number, and they'll most likely be your...
It would be great if girls would do that in the West, right? Hey, how are you? And you would be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm Anthony. How are you? And you as a man, you would feel more invited to talk to them. And then they can decide if they give you a number or whatever. But them initiating by a smile, by being nice. Nowadays, we men hearing, every man thinks when I'm nice to him, he thinks I want to date him. It's difficult, girls. It's difficult for us men to understand your all the signals that you are giving us. So sometimes we misunderstand that, and it's fine. And that should be just addressed and with empathy and compassion, which is not many times. I've seen it from third party. I've lived it. So yeah, this is nice if it's like that in Philippines. You go about, you go in public, and girls smile at you and say, hey, how are you? Just randomly, and you're like, yeah, how are you? I'm good. My name is Anthony. What's your name? And then you go from there, and then a man would be so like, I would feel like, okay, she said, hey, how are you? My name is, or what's your name, or whatever. And I'll be, oh, yeah, how are you doing? What's your day? How is your day? And then I'll be like, hey, would you be interested to meet up later tonight or tomorrow, evening for coffee or dinner? And she'll be like, yes or no. And I would be like, okay. And then I would go about my way. What happens in the West is the man has to initiate everything. And the girls, they're sending signals sometimes, but you better be from their circle to even start somewhat of a dating. And if you go and ask them on the street, it is quite difficult. Girls mostly think that you're a creep, I would say.
girlfriend.
So, Peter, do you have a lot of women here smiling at you?
Yeah,
What age?
I keep meeting them.
Yeah,
What-
what,
what
It
age?
never ends.
What are the ages?
From 23 on up to 40.
There you go. There you go. I was thinking it might be older ladies. No, it's 23 to 40, still 46. It's the perfect age, right? And he's 70, and he's like the biggest giga chat in Philippines. God damn it.
46.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. All right. I got 2 girlfriends that I'm real serious with. One of them wants to marry me in November. I've only known her 4 months. I have another girlfriend that loves me. Okay? Now, a lot of Americans have seen Bachelor and Bachelorette. Okay? I've got 2 girls that I'm trying to make a decision on. I love both girls. I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to.
That's just something interesting about men. We men, we can definitely love multiple women, in my opinion. I've never experienced it, but I've heard it so many times that I am almost certain that we can do that. But I've never really seen a woman loving more than one man, really truly loving and being faithful. Like women, unfortunately, women. Look at the Philippines. They have this kind of mindset. They gotta be faithful or should be faithful to one man. But men have this inherent ability our need is to spread our genes as much as we can with the best possible matches. For women, the idea is mostly to find the best possible match for her children and be protected all the way when she is bringing these children up and all that stuff. And she needs a man for that. And she needs a one man for that. Because a man won't do it for a child of another man and so on and so forth. So this is an interesting dynamic. But we are, and I'm also leaning more, don't get me wrong, I'm leaning more into being with one partner a whole life and being faithful to one woman your whole life. This is something I find preferable. But a lot of men are saying, hey, I love my woman, but I have these and these. Let me know, guys, what you think about this subject. Where is your what would be your preferred way? Do you like the way we are dating, or do you like the way they are dating in Philippines, where the woman, I understood it that they openly know about each other and they don't mind.
Gonna marry, and I'm supposed to give them a decision in November 20th. This is a very difficult decision to make. So when I first saw The Bachelor,
this guy is so happy about it. I'm not sure if I want to hear more from him. I think we've heard enough. What you guys think? So again, let me know what you think. What is your preferred way of dating? Do you like the dating in the West? How is the dating in the West for you? And whoever has the experience with Philippines, let me know if what this guy Peter is saying is true, and a man from the West can be a king in Philippines with his money and with his appearance, or his appeal for the female population over there. It is a really interesting perspective. It's really mind-boggling for me that a 17-year-old find it so easy to date in Philippines, regardless, however these women are. He's a 71-year-old man, and they want to marry him. You could tell they want to marry him for obvious reasons, passport, all these kinds of malicious kind of intents, but still, look at him, he's happy. He is happy. And that is probably the most important thing for every man at his age, to be goddamn happy and die in peace and happy with someone who cares about you, next to you. Okay, guys, let me know what you think. Subscribe, like, hit that button, and see you in the next one.